Never knew my tongue was another animal, that I was gratefully in seance with as it flew. A mottled pink dolphin parting wavelets with leaps and nips of its head and tail. Never knew my tongue had roots, till it cried out to haul them bloodily from the empty, ferny glade of my often shut mouth and scamper like a hunted fox, float like a basketed baby downstream, down the homing moisture of your throat. But without my tongue, I'm just another crashing mute pentapod. 5 bruising limbs incapable of anything except pointing at that new universe that stirs in your belly. So when that universe was culled, as happens sometimes, before it could begin to breathe for itself, my limbs without bearings could only turn to sky and the culling of stars from around your head. Culling stars with my tongue until darkness found you like an old blanket. We stand in the dark and ask ourselves if we should hold hands while we mourn. And all around us 1 billion Buddhas are born on unawake days. Gaia, trembling when people forget what their knees, what their skin is for. Go on wiping windows and pressing buttons, and Jesus, Allah, and any other godhead of us you care to name is born and dies in a slow, fat, double-eyed, winking instant while we mourn our singular and solitary child. We float and suck our ration packs, drifting in and out of the cabin fever of orbit around our own divinity. But my cold tongue, sleeping warm in your blanketing belly, I take your hand, and you are still my poetry, my own key, my wish list. I was at a festival for the last 2 weeks. I was in a field where there was lots of naked people, lots of drumming, dancing, singing, that kind of thing. And we were told that clapping actually scares the fairies away. So whenever there was a performance, we went like this instead. If anybody wants to try that out at any time during the evening, you know, whether you feel like you should clap just out of pure sexual adulation, out of mere politeness, out of a kind of, you know, disgusting herd-like behavior, or for whatever reason you want to clap, maybe you could just go like this instead. Because I really enjoy it. This is called These Things. Kicks, punches, slaps, threats, commands, curses, accusations, inquisitions, lies, liver, soap, tomatoes. These things I swallowed, said Solomon. That he covered my mother in petrol, said, we're both gonna burn if you keep disagreeing. That she kept an axe by her bed, that he said he'd kill my sister in London, that she'd cut an extra key, that I was a beautiful little boy before. These things I had to be told. Hid when the guards came to take me away, told my mother I hurt his daughter on purpose when I hadn't, played naked in bed with my stepsister and stepbrother, took all the blame for them, prayed to a God I didn't believe in to tell me why I'd done something I didn't do, admitted that I couldn't catch rocks bigger than my own head. I was weak. These things I did. A tumbling sack of blind, grasping limbs, punching and grappling whatever they could in my distended gut. A puddle of cursing, spitting, blubbering mouths in the back of my head. A soft, black nest of thorns on my tongue. 2 question mark shaped cuts in my eyes. These things I carried with me always. Yogurt pots, CD cases, joint after joint after joint, booze, 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 pills, coke, bookmarks, 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 glowing screens, endless movement, endless stillness. These things, my loneliness hidden. Sarcasm, scorn, compassion, opinions, amusement, passed on shadows, words, faded little echo trinkets of the first story, play punches, angst, piety, lobriety, RE empathy, asatpathy, malpathy, slack apathy, slumpathy, flower babies. These things I gave out. I want you. I'm sorry. These things I should have said more. Knowing that my two nephews being luckier than I was makes me feel lucky. Foreign sunsets and hours walking through misty wastelands of muddy meadow ships trying to find my way home. The noises that she made. Walking down the long road in the pitch black, hurtling fireballs at the horizon. Leaping, laughing, bawling my eyes out. Telling the sea to fuck off and having it slap me in the face. These things I want to have, not keep. The horizon, the sun, the moon, the sea, the sky, the trees, the earth, myself. These things I hurt, I break before I hurt you again.